is the Chrissy Swan Show.
We welcome to the microphone Mr. Samuel Pang.
No pre-produced intro?
No, we don't have the.
Extraordinary.
No, we don't have the resources.
Extraordinary. Hello,
it's not
Christine.
breakfast radio anymore.
Hello,
Sam.
Chrissy. Hello, Jack. Just in case you missed, the bit where I was there doing the quiz. God, it was great.
It's good to see you. You know, Sam, obviously that we worked together for many, many years. Not everybody knows because it was only in Melbourne, but we had all these segments.
Yeah, you're national now.
That I loved and you hated, and we're going to give you the big treat of bringing back.
Oh God, Swan makes it funny, now it's time to laugh. Hang on just a second. Cause Swan, it makes it funny.
This was born out of my desire to be like, hey, why does Sam get all the funny stuff? So this is my attempt at it.
Have you told the listeners that famously what a station
Yes.
program had told you once?
Yes, the line is, you're fun, not funny.
Yeah. And I said, I strongly disagree with that. I don't even think you're fun. So I thought he was wrong, that guy.
Well, let's see. Let's test both hypotheses, shall we?
Yeah.
Hey, Sam.
Oh, God.
He hates
Did
it
you?
so
I know he
much.
hates it. I'm waiting for a certain line. I'm going to whisper it. He's gonna at some point look me dead in the eye and go, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" Okay, here we go. Hey, Sam, did you hear about the woman that chained herself to a tree just outside Mumbai this week?
I didn't
When
hear.
the rescuers asked her if she was okay, she said, "Yeah, I'm having a ball and chain."
What are you doing?
She'd tell you herself, but she's kind of tied up at the moment.
Oh, my God.
Hey, did you see this deep sea ocean creature? They're calling it the alien fish taco. He looks to have a bit of a chipotle on his shoulder.
I'm enjoying this more than I used to because you are giving your all.
Look at this photo of him dancing. Is he doing the salsa? Hey, news out of Des Moines, Sam.
I've got to go. Des Moines?
News out of Des Moines. They're reducing the amount of chickens you can keep at home based on just 3 complaints over 4 years. Seems like a bit of a cockadoodle up to me. And it certainly,
The pause.
it certainly has ruffled some feathers.
Nailed it.
If the council goes any harder, they'll end up with egg on their faces.
How long did you stay up doing these last night?
Yeah, until about
She's
2 in
tired.
the morning. I'm so tired.
Pangy's going to stick around for one more silly segment we used to do called Jack's Got Issues, but
Sit
make
back down.
sure-
Don't leave yet.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
OnePass is now available at Priceline Pharmacy, and Sister Club members are getting exclusive access to boosted perks. Start your free 30-day trial today.
Learn more at priceline.com.au/onepass. TC's eligibility criteria and exclusions apply.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
We have been able to capture Sam Pang for another few minutes.
Yes. Gomez.
He's a Gomez man.
Loves her.
End of. So we're really ripping out all of our memories together because all 3 of us worked very closely.
Very.
For 7 or 8 or 1,000 years, I can't remember, on a breakfast show. And Jack, the protege,
That's where I met him on that show.
Sam's favourite. Sam's
Yeah, I know.
absolute favourite
Bit-
person.
Bit biased.
Yeah, very biased. You had a segment together called...
Jack's got issues, you got them too. He gave them all to Sam and he'll give them to you.
And I believe the genesis of it was that you had problems in the primary school playground because you were 8 when you started working for us.
He was
and
a very young boy.
19.
And he'd come in, Chrissy, and you were
teenager.
busy. But actually every now and then I'd just say, what's going on? He goes, oh, yo, Pang, it's grim out there or whatever. And I'm going, what are you talking about? And he'd tell me something, a pair of pants that he was wearing or something. One was longer than the other.
Yes,
I'm going,
yep.
mate, it's going to be okay.
Had to go to the tailor 2 days before Derby Day.
I know, that was big. But so
sad.
his issues made me laugh at how, your issues are important to you. So I would never try to diminish them. But
very true.
It was good to have some perspective. And so we would bring them on air, and he would come up with his issues.
Well,
one was
let's
like,
see.
I'm gonna get a haircut. What should I? Like, it was ridiculous.
Should I bleach my hair?
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
that
a
one,
big
yeah.
question.
let's see if he's moved on at all
Okay.
since being a teenager. He's got some issues for you.
So, what, are
Are
you?
No, he's forgotten how this works. You read the issue out.
Yeah, that's right. Where is it? Have you got it?
There you go.
That's right. So yeah, I would bring this to the team. So this is your issue, Jack. Oh, you were recently in Ibiza,
Yeah.
lounging by the pool. Wow, it's a it's a Cinderella story so far. When all my mates decided to dive into the hotel pool, I panicked, as at the age of 27, I don't know how to dive. I waited for them all to dive before doing a sneaky bomb. They thought it was ridiculous that I couldn't dive and said it's too late to learn. Is that true? Given I love the sea, I would love to learn how to dive.
It bothers me.
What's the issue here? That you can't dive, or that
Yeah,
you?
I can't dive. Like, how do I learn?
I can no. I really relate to this because I only learnt to dive about 6 months ago.
Well, this is good then. How did you learn?
So what I did was
Yeah.
I went to the edge of the pool and you bend your knees.
Yep.
And then you start like that, and then it just happens. Your body knows
Yeah, for those
what
who can't
to do.
see, but basically what Chrissy described was just diving into a pool.
You
Does
can do
that
it.
help?
Yeah, you
But I
can do it.
Always go to put my knee first because I wig out that I'm going to get like water in my ears and stuff. and not
Okay,
be able to
no,
get it
you're
out.
not Zac Efron. I think you'll be fine.
If you listen, your knee. I get it. Your knees can't go in first. Your hands have to go in first. They
Yes.
have to break the water, and your legs are last.
You need to go somewhere where no one can see you because it's not good when you first start. But I think you'll get the hang of it because you're a dancer. 2, 4, 7, 8.
Yeah, and also you got to commit. You go down to the deep
Yeah.
end and you just dive in.
Yeah, you just start by plopping in.
Maybe I'll come over and you can teach me. We'll do
I'm
lessons
happy
together.
to. I'm happy to.
Okay, great.
You got a pool.
Yeah, I'm doing all
Oh,
right.
someone's doing well.
Yeah,
Doesn't get an invite to the Logies, but has a pool.
What floor is it on?
can't afford to heat it. Anyway, go.
All right. So is that sorted?
That's sorted. I'm going to
I
go to
suppose, by the
Chrissy's
way,
house.
I would just proffer this up. If you can get swimming lessons. I wonder if part of that you can get diving lessons.
Oh, the shame.
Oh, at 27 though, how grim.
No, come to my house.
Okay,
All right. So that's sorted.
sorted. Thank you.
This is big. Issue number 2. I've recently gone a couple of dates with a guy. Naturally,
I mean, let's just stop there. Hello. That's amazing.
yeah. Let's see how long that one lasts.
The most black-hearted man in Melbourne.
Yeah, I've never got too attached to them, if you know what I mean,
Yeah,
over the
fair.
time.
No.
For obvious reasons. I've got ties that are older than some of your relationships. I've recently gone on a couple of dates with a guy. Naturally, me and you came up, Swanee.
Yeah.
As your big parts of my life. Thank you. He was a big fan of Big Brother, and straight away recalled you coming second to Reggie on Big Brother.
Loved Swanee.
Well done.
Thank you.
Enjoy that.
Thank you.
He had no idea who I was.
He didn't know who Sam Pang was.
He had no idea who Sampang was. After showing him a picture, still nothing.
Even after the picture,
Even after
nothing.
the photo, he goes, "Don't know who you're talking about. Who is that?"
Oh,
And I was like, well,
you showed him the picture and he didn't say, "Oh, the guy who paints the painting shop."
no.
Did you show him a photo of me and Sam and said, did he say, I love those two on Long Lost Family?
After showing him a picture, still nothing. Is this going to be an issue? It's going to be an issue for me if we ever meet. I don't know about you. You should be fine.
No, but I want you to have dinners with him. Like, if it goes well.
Well, that's going to be great. It's going to be like being on a blind date for me. He has no idea who I am, and I don't know who he is, and don't like the cut of his jib so far.
And also he'll be so unimpressed by you if he hasn't seen you on television.
Hold on, Swanee. Hold on. I can turn it on if I want. So this
when?
guy, not any time. During the. If I meet him, I'll charm him.
Great.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
What a thrill to welcome my little chooky girl, Abby Chatfield.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here. I'm back with my Chucky.
I feel like I just haven't seen you for so long and I love you so much.
I know, because we were doing Masked Singer, then it got cancelled. Wow. That was our bonding time.
Was anybody sliding into your DMs giving you tips on how to bring it back? I'm speaking about a specific viewer. No?
What tips of how to bring it back?
Yeah. It was. Remember, it was
No.
all our fault.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even notice that even leaked.
Yeah.
I know Husey randomly said it in the press, and then I was like, oh, I guess it's not happening then.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even registered on my... What were the tips?
There was something to do about how we were producing it wrong, and I'm like, that's not up to us.
So our job, we rock up, we have a little yap in a room before we go on, we go, take it off, and then we go home. Yeah.
And then he even had some cost-cutting tips for
Yeah.
What were they? We do it for free for charity.
I feel like
It's like people...
don't know what they were, but it was like, sorry, this is way out of my pay grade. And yours, just quietly.
Tired.
F-Boy Island.
Yes, it's back.
You love it so much.
I love it so much. Have you watched it? It's fine if
I
not.
haven't. No, I haven't. I don't know how to turn my television on.
Oh, I'll FaceTime me and I'll do a
okay.
little how-to
Yeah,
for
let's do
Chucky.
it.
So, yeah, F-Boy Island's back, season 2. It was even more off-centre than season 1. So just to give a quick summary, there are 3 lead women. They're beautiful, amazing, gorgeous chookies, as they would say. And there are 24 men that descend onto F-Boy Island.
Yeah.
Very ominous. Half of them are self-proclaimed nice guys looking for love. They're there for, quote-unquote, the right reasons.
Are they?
Well, yes. For the purpose of the show's gamification, yes.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
And then the other half are self-proclaimed F-boys who are there for money. So at the end, the girls choose one man each, and if it's a nice guy, they split 50 grand. Happy. We can maybe get a 10th of a house deposit. You know, very exciting.
Yeah.
Then, if they choose an F-boy, the F-boy can then go, yep, I do love you.
I've tricked you.
Yeah. Well, they can go, I'll split it. Love you. Or they can go, ha, sucked in 50 grand for me. So it's very stressful, you know, a lot of money at stake and actual love, I guess.
Do you watch the rushes behind the scene and go, why can't she see this?
Yeah. And then I'll kind of try to subtly steer them in a certain direction, but I'm not often listened to. I don't think, because love is blind,
Yeah,
you know?
it's so true.
You know?
There's one dude that I really like on this season, Jerome. And the other day, you guys had a conversation. I want to play a little bit of it.
Does BDE matter to you?
Absolutely. I think there's like an essence about it, but it can also mean that you're compensating for downstairs.
It's like an aura, not a
It's
physical
aura,
trait. This is
yeah.
the thing. If you have a small it's okay, boys.
You're on Jerome.
Yeah, might have a 2-inch terror, mate. But, mate, there's some energy in that thing.
Yeah, he comes out with a lot of one-liners. He's actually a comedian. So
Right.
he's got a lot of one-liners that can be quite confronting, but I really like it. It's subtle enough, I think, 2-inch terror.
2-inch terror is fantastic. I love the whole idea that BDE is more about an aura than a physicality, because I think women can also have BDE.
Absolutely. And I think as well, like there were some of the past contestants having little suki lala about discussion of BDE or SDE, you know, and it's sort of like, but I've enjoyed a plethora of different sizes and they all have their own benefits, you know,
true.
and it's more about the person themselves.
Now, we want to get on to another theory that Abby has come up with.
Yes, you live rent-free in my For You page, and you perfectly articulated why Charlie XCX and Chapel Roan and Sabrina Carpenter are so important at the moment. And I want you to explain it to Swanee and our beautiful listeners, because it really resonated with me.
Okay, there's so many reasons, and I've yapped Adam, my boyfriend's ear off about this for hours and hours and hours. But okay, my theory is that Charlie, Sabrina, and Chapel Roan are 3 different kinds of women. So they're like representing each different subcultures of women. And Taylor Swift is like, I think, girl next door, gorgeous chooky, everyone loves her, right? It's very, I would say
Safe.
often safe and
Too
palatable,
safe.
right?
Yeah.
And I'm not a huge Swiftie, but like I'm like, yep, love the tunes. I love Shake It Off, you know, put on Lover, love it.
Yeah.
But I feel like Chapel, Charlie and Sabrina have these diehard fans because they're kind of like cool girls in different ways. Sabrina's really camp and hyper femme, and I've seen people say that she's the same as Taylor Swift, but she's not.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, no.
She's hyper femme. She's speaks about sexuality very openly. Charlie is like a club rat.
Yeah.
Which is it's amazing that she's so mainstream.
And
after
cool
being
that
in
we can
Boiler Room.
normalize the club chat again. Like, I can relate to that. I feel like, oh yeah, this is normal.
Yes,
to
it
be
is
a brat
normal.
and rock up at 5 a.m.
Yes, and then Chapel. Have you seen Chapel perform?
Yeah, well, I've done some research on Chapel quite recently. She's amazing.
It is just like revolutionary Lady Gaga level stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that it's representing independent artists that aren't controlled by middle-aged white men who think they know what young women want, like Britney
Yes.
Spears and Jessica Simpson were, where it was like young girls want to see a blonde woman in micro booty shorts. It's like, Not really.
Not really, because none of us are like that.
Yeah, we want creativity and uniqueness.
And to quote Taylor Swift, these guys are kind of anti-heroes.
Yes.
Okay, Abby's going to stick around. Make sure you see Abby as the host of F-Boy Island Australia, which is streaming now on Binge. There are 2 episodes already out, I believe.
Yes.
A 3rd ep coming Monday.
Yes, Monday.
I'm going to stream that because I love you and you never answer your phone and neither do I.
I know, we're bad.
And this is the best way for me to look at you.
That's why it works.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
What a thrill to have Abby Chatfield stick around in your busy schedule.
I know, I'm so busy, Chook, but I made some time for you.
Now, people may not realise this if they, weren't fans of The Masked Singer, but you and I fell in love on the set of that show. We shared many, many personal and friendly things about each other. You've stayed at my place and had lamb shoulder and shot hoops with my kids.
Oh, I miss them.
I did speak to Peg this morning and I said, I'm catching up with Abby. And she said, make sure that she knows that I was on her live and if she recognises this 2 stars, that was me. So she's incognito on everything.
Oh my God, she can just text me, She can just get my number if she wants. I love her. I miss her.
I wanted to cover off the fact that you are deeply in love and
Yes.
I catch up with you by proxy by following you on
Yes.
Instagram and I saw you have the best time ever at your new boyfriend Adam's gig, Peking Duck, and you were crazy with excitement and I thought, I'm so glad she's happy. I knew that you would end up with this guy and I told you so. When you were friends.
Chrissy, shush, really?
Yes.
When I guessed him on The Masked Singer?
When you,
Because I had a big fat crush on him, wanted to mention him, to talk to him.
And I would text you over the last few years going, have you?
Yes.
Yeah. I knew that you two,
Wow.
I knew that you two would end up together. I just felt it. So when,
Mystic Chrissy.
when I saw it, I went exactly as I
Yeah,
predicted.
you should do a segment called like Chrissy's Crystal Ball or
It's
something,
called,
do.
it's called Mystic Chrissy, and I am spot on most of the time.
Can I also just objectify him for a minute because he's so hot?
He's so
His
hot.
chest, though.
He's so hot, it
His
kills
chest
me.
is really hot.
Yeah, and also it's really strange because he doesn't eat much and he isn't naturally built like that. So I don't know how he's doing this. It's really strange. I don't know.
Right.
He's just so beautiful and he's so lovely and so smart, and creative and writes me songs and sends me. It's wonderful.
And you being
Couldn't
Kris
be
Jenner on the
happier.
side of stage is really quite a
literally
moment.
me. I know, he's the best.
I just couldn't be happier.
Oh, I love you.
Tight 5.
Time for a tight 5. Mind out of the gutter, please. These are just 5 questions that you've got to answer quite quickly. If you could only communicate Abby Chatfield through emojis for a day, which one would you use the
Which
most?
one? Maybe the SOS emoji.
I've never used
Nor
that.
do
I use it all the time. SOS.
Give us an example
Yeah.
today or yesterday how you've used it.
Well, like if something funny happens, SOS, because I'm
Right.
dying from laughter. Or if if something dramatic happens with someone that I don't particularly like in media, well, I'll be like SOS and send him a link to
I
an
love that
article
so
or
much.
something,
Like an article I sent you this week. I could have put SOS. to that.
SOS.
Absolutely could have. But instead, what do you use all the time, Jack?
I just think I just use a coffin.
Yes,
'Cause I-
Yeah,
like
similar
dead.
vibes,
Dead.
same meaning,
Yeah.
dead. Yeah.
All right, question 2, Abby Chatfield. What is a conspiracy theory that you've heard that made you pause and go, oh, actually?
Okay, recently
Yeah.
I saw on TikTok this woman who was a little biology chookie, but very smart. Women
Yeah,
in
yeah.
STEM, like doing a professor thing.
Wow, okay.
I know
don't
the type.
Anyway,
Yeah,
it was TikTok. I swiped after. But she said that she thinks that fungus has the cure to everything in the world, and perhaps that like before the Ice Age, it was just all giant fungus everywhere because fungus seems to be the cure for like penicillin.
Yes.
People love taking mushrooms sometimes for like their psychosis, also
Yes.
for depression, anxiety. All these medications have come from fungus, and she thinks fungus are the center of the universe.
Well, that is good news for the ricotta that is currently doing all sorts
Exactly.
of wonderful things in my fridge. What is something that you believe should be taught in schools but isn't, Abby Chatfield?
Oh, guys, how do you do how do you refinance a mortgage?
I agree.
Oh my God, it's so many steps. It's so much faff. How do you fill out these forms? I was recently doing it because interest rates, couldn't afford it anymore.
Dead.
And I was sending my accountant every single thing going, what are these words? What do they mean? Just say, put your account number here.
Exactly. You know, my nearly 16-year-old Leo is choosing his subjects for big boy school and accounting was kind of, there. And he's like, oh, I don't know. And I go, learn it.
Do it.
You need it.
Bloody learn it.
It's so hard. And then then you're susceptible to scams.
I still don't know what in the black and in the red is. I don't know which one is good and which one is bad.
Don't need to, Chrissy Swan.
All right, let's finish with this one. What if you had to choose a theme song, Abby Chatfield, that played every time you entered a room, what would it be?
It's a bit obvious and a bit naff, but it's got to be The Joker by Kath and Kim. Well, not by Kath and Kim.
In the pack.
Yeah, it's me, me walking in going like this.
I want to do a montage of you in and out.
Abby Chatfield, thank you so much for coming in. And make sure you watch F-Boy Island. Stream it on Binge. And if you haven't got Binge, sign up because there's a lot of good shit on there.
And also, when you sign up, watch my show first because that counts as a stream. So very useful for me. Don't go to anything else.
I signed up ages ago and I've paid every month. I still don't know how to get onto it. The Joker is me. Thank you, Abby.
Love you. The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
What a thrill. I've never met her before. Missy Higgins, welcome.
Thank you.
Gosh, it's so thrilling to meet you because we've got so many people in common that we really, really love, like Claire Bowditch and Ryan Shelton and Ben Abraham. I'm wearing his T-shirt today.
Yeah, beautiful Ben Abraham. I've got the same shirt.
Isn't he a wonderful boy?
He is.
Very exciting news for you with the Arias.
I know.
Inducted into the Hall of Fame.
How did that come to you? Like, how was it broken to you?
Oh, in a pretty boring way, just through an email via my manager. But
no.
Yeah, I knew that I was up for it. I mean, it was very exciting. I couldn't quite believe it. I was like, me? Hall of Fame?
I know. You're only 20. I don't know how this happened.
My album is 20. I think that's what you're getting mixed up.
I cannot believe that album, that amazing, perfect album is 20 years old. I still listen to it a couple times a month. Absolutely.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Do you still get surprised at the reaction those songs get? Like the love that is still there? And do you find that there's new fans falling in love with that album, The Sound of Why?
I find that there is a generation of people whose mum has played them that album in the car. It's always my mum played me that album in the car, on long road trips and that kind of thing. So that's really cool. Like, my fan base is really, like, the age range is huge. At every show, there's really old people, really young people, everything in between. Like, I feel incredibly lucky.
You were only 21 or 20 or something when you released that. You wrote it, and
most of the songs I wrote as a teenager for that song.
I just can't fathom that. Like, when I was 20, I was working in a supermarket and smoking durras in the car park, and then you were creating this perfect album.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I just wrote these songs in my bedroom when I was living at home with my parents, and it was just me pouring out my teenage angst and confusion and heartbreak and trying to, put everything into context around me, like all of my friends getting into certain things and drifting away from me. And I don't know, there was so much that I was experiencing for the first time, I think. And so those emotions were really quite potent.
And you've been touring it, the whole album, as, part of the celebration of the 20-year anniversary. What is the reaction when the first bars of Scar start up?
So much excitement.
Oh, I know. Even just thinking about it, I'm buzzing.
It's a do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Oh my God, it just takes me back to that supermarket deli.
And then your new album, The Second Act, will be released on the 6th of September.
It will, yeah.
Can you tell us about that and what we can expect from that album?
Well, that album is, I'm calling it kind of the unofficial follow-up to The Sound of White, because there feels like there's a similarity between the two. They're both very raw and very vulnerable It's an album about my separation from my husband a couple of years ago, who's the father of my 2 kids.
Yes.
And I wrote a lot of these songs late at night after my kids are in bed, kind of whispering the songs into my recording machine and drinking whiskey and crying. And then...
Do you have a relationship with him where you sort of give him a heads up about some of the music or play him some of the songs, or no?
Yeah, we're on really good terms. Like, we're
Great.
really good mates, and I sent him all the songs. He said that he didn't want to listen to them until... the last minute, because he wasn't quite ready for it, and I was really nervous when I sent him the album.
Yeah.
But I was amazed by his response. He just thought it was my best work yet, and it made him really emotional. And he said, "I just think it's so beautiful and so honest, and I think it was really fair."
How amazing.
And how nice to get a response like that and not
I
just
know.
a letterhead from a lawyer.
Now, Missy, you have announced your biggest show yet, Friday, December 6th at Sydney My Music Bowl, as an encore performance to the sold-out The Second Act tour. Tickets go on sale tomorrow at frontiertouring.com/Missy Higgins.
And it's going to be the biggest show I've done in Melbourne since the Sound of White days.
Wow.
Well, you stick around, Missy Higgins. I've made up a crazy FM radio game to play with you, even though you don't really seem like that sort of person. I'm going to embarrass myself and make you do it.
Okay.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
We are joined by the legendary and ARIA Hall of Fame entrant coming up, the great Missy Higgins. Thank you so much for sticking around, lady.
No worries.
Hey, Missy, is it true you're going to be performing at the Logies this Sunday night?
Yes.
How exciting.
Correct.
Tune in.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm going to be playing for the In Memoriam segment.
Oh,
That I can tell you.
right.
Are you singing one of yours or a...
I'm singing a song off The Sound of White.
What is that? It's not the
I
special.
don't know if I can say it
No,
or
tell
not.
us
I
off
probably
air.
can, but yeah.
It's not the specialty.
I don't
No,
want to get
tell
in
us.
trouble.
Tell us.
It's The Sound of White, which is a song about
It's so good. I
someone
listened to
very
it.
close to me that passed away when we were
I
young.
listened to that this morning. It's going to be amazing. All right, now, Missy Higgins, that album, that Sound of White album, which changed all our lives back in the day, is 20... Scar and really anything off that album, it's one of those sounds that takes you back to exactly where you were at that time. I can see the car I was driving. I knew the shoes that I loved. Like, it's just so evocative. And I thought, what a year to have a song out. And we are going to play a round of...
Is it a hitty or a missy?
You've heard of Hit or Miss. This is Hitty or Missy. We're going to play you little grabs of songs that came out the same time as your amazing album. And you're going to tell us whether it was a hitty or a missy. You ready?
Okay, so I don't have to tell you what the song is, just
No.
if it was a hitty or a missy.
Yep.
Yeah.
In my opinion, or just on the charts?
In
Your
yours.
personal opinion.
Oh,
Your
God.
personal... As
I'm
a
gonna get into
peer.
trouble.
As a peer of these people on the charts, what is your opinion? Let's
Song
play it.
number one.
Turn me on, let me jam you. Going on around me.
You would have been too cool to know this.
I don't know this one.
Kevin Little.
Oh, it was the worst song of the year.
Okay, I'm going to say Missy.
Yes, that's a missy. All right, this one.
Nickelback.
Yeah, I was about to say Nickelback. Oh, I'm going to have to say Missy.
Yes,
Sorry.
yes.
Yeah.
Jack and I argue over Nickelback because I think they're foul. And there's something Boganic
There's something
in Jack.
Boganic.
But
Yeah.
they're very blokey though. Like
Yeah.
very emo blokey, like tattoo with a beard kind
And
of.
that lyric, I like your pants around your feet, just made me sick and
Ew.
still does. I know.
Gross.
Alrighty, song number 3.
Hitty. I love that song.
Absolute
I
tune.
do too. Ashley Simpson.
Yeah,
you
Ashley
forget.
Simpson. Breakout.
So good.
All I think about when I hear that is her on SNL and the backing track
Oh,
started.
that's right. It was the mime fail,
Yes.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
And
she
she
was like,
missed the
she was like
cue.
slouching around the stage, and then
She
didn't
said
know
she
what
had
to do.
reflux or something.
Yes.
Oh, oh darling.
Darn.
I know.
Alrighty, song number 4.
Missy Elliott.
No.
No. That's that elephant one.
Oh yeah.
This is
Who
Kellis.
is this one? Kellis.
Kellis Milkshake.
I loved this song.
This was a
So
tune.
did I, yeah.
Such a good film clip.
It is.
Where is she, I
there's a
wonder?
great scene in Mean Girls of the young daughter dancing to that. That's what I always think
I mean,
of.
I'm sure I guessed Kellis or Khalees or whatever, however you pronounce it, at least 7 times on The Masked Singer. All right, let's finish with this one. Missy Higgins, is this a hitty or a missy?
But nothing but a t-shirt on. I never felt so good.
It's a Simpson theme.
Baby, yes, I do
Jessica.
now. Now that I'm with you.
I'm going to say Missy. Sorry.
I agree.
Yeah, not so keen on that one.
Just not as
I
good as
barely
Ashley.
remember it, which says a lot.
That's it, correct. That's
There
all
was
we
a
need
lot
to
of
know.
sort of like glossy puckering and writhing going on the,
and
in the
kind
film
of
clip.
whispery, sexy, voicey.
Yeah.
With you.
Missy Higgins, thank you so much for coming in. Make sure you get tickets to her show, the second act, at the Sydney My Music Bowl. Tickets on sale tomorrow at frontiertouring.com/Missy Higgins. And get her new album on September 6th, the second act. Thank you so much for coming in.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Now check this out.
The Chrissy Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.